Hey Big Red fans, welcome to another video from Just Two Dudes. My name's Louie.
My name's Seth.
I'm the dad.
And I'm the son.
Alright, well first things first, we got this guy that keeps leaving us these very interesting comments on our videos. And that's okay. Actually, you know, we get a lot of good comments, but this one individual keeps just leaving us some pretty crappy messages. And I guess my thought on that is a bunch of cuss words. But we try our best to keep this PG, and I'd like to see his videos. And this is just a father and son thing. We're just sitting here having a good time, and I just don't see where those negative comments need to come from. If we had time, we could sit here and break stuff down and show you that we have some football knowledge.
That's just what time allows us to do.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is if you don't like our videos, quit watching them. We notice you check out every single video we make.
Yeah. As long as this person keeps watching them, I guess whatever.
Yeah,
that's all
and all I can say is if you want people that know everything inside and out about Husker football,
that's
and have
what
access
College Football Live and ESPN and all the different.
You know, we don't have access to coaches and players and interviews. If you want the best of the best, I suggest every day from 2 to 6 you check out Kevin Kugler and Michael Severe on 1620.
It's a great show.
They're the pros. We're just hanging out here having a good time. And that guy, bunch of cuss words to you. Alright, so basically this video we want to talk about the Idaho game. Just some things we liked and some things we didn't like. Go ahead.
Well, first off, the thing I didn't like from the get-go was that we had a couple big runs early in the first quarter that were negated by penalties. And that really just set the tone for a really sloppy game. Yeah. We had a couple touchdowns and big plays called back because of penalties. Don't want to start blaming kids. I don't ever want to just throw kids' name under, under the bus like that. But
you do that so well.
I know, but I don't want to do it on video.
Okay.
I want to save that for off camera.
Well, Ben Cotton, why do you have 3 personal foul penalties in 2 games? That's 3 penalties for 45 yards. Yeah. And most of the time,
Ricky Henry is doing the same thing.
And you're just supposed to be out on the edge blocking, and you're inside chip blocking, and
two have been cotton penalties have been after the play too. We don't need that at all.
My apologies, Ben, because the first one in the first game was over on the sideline. That was a bad call. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But these penalties really have got to stop. And what confuses me is Bo Pelini is this very focused.
Discipline type guy.
How does a coach that's so into focus and discipline continue to have a team that just commits so many penalties? Yeah. That kind of bothers me, but you know, some penalties are excusable.
Some are absolutely, especially
acts of aggression, things like that. Kids just trying a little too hard.
I never mind that, but they have to be smart. Smart penalties that won't cost you games or cost you, especially cost you touchdowns. Yeah, and especially touchdowns.
And by the way, I'm a pretty big Dallas Cowboy fan, so I have to watch this on Saturday and Sunday, and I just can't get that out of my head. Alex Barron.
This is Husker football.
I just had to say it. All right, turnovers, fumble. We laid the ball on the carpet 8 times against Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho. That's sad. I don't really know what else to say other than that's sad. We didn't turn it over 8 times, thank God, but it's just once again we had a game like that.
Came in and they're blasé and they don't care. They've been hitting each other for so long. These are 2 putt opponents, and let's just hope that they're just being lackadaisical, like maybe they're having a hard time getting into it.
Maybe.
But the other side of that is you still have that N on the side of your helmet, and you have to have pride whether you're playing just a terrible team, or if you're playing Alabama, or you're playing Idaho, or whoever whoever it is.
James Madison.
You got to bring it. You got to show some pride.
Right.
Niles Paul.
Damn, Niles. That's all I can say. It's like every week you just do something just horrendous. He had 2 potential disastrous plays that can cost you a Big 12 game. It didn't cost us this Washington game coming up next week. I mean, right by the sideline. He got lucky, he was saying right by the sidelines. to field a punt, it goes right off his chest out of bounds.
Niles wasn't in that game because Niles Paul actually let 2 punts just bounce.
Yeah,
and I realize those are kind of tricky situations.
Exactly.
But he's got to field that punt.
And then on the Wildcat, he just drops the ball. I mean, I don't know exactly how that play is designed.
He was looking to run. He wasn't interested in carrying out the fake, doing his read.
And in the press conference on Tuesday, he said that he was surprised by the play call. What I don't get is that was early on in the second half. I guarantee you Watson said something like, be ready for it. You don't just throw plays like that, like trick plays or a different style. Well, a different style of play. You don't throw it out there like that without some type of warning. And here's my thing too. Why is the senior surprised by any play call?
Right.
I mean, you think by now he would have seen and done it all. Niles just, once again, to me, all the potential in the world, but just not there. I don't know if he gets there. I mean,
one guy who is there, and I can't
I know where you're going.
You know, I wouldn't say he's my favorite player, but he's right up there. And Roy Halu, is awesome to see him hit that hole. And yeah, we know who we were playing. We know it was Idaho, but Roy still took it to the house.
Exactly.
Which is very important because we can't have these runs where we're getting tackled at the 15, at the 10, and then we're settling for field goals.
Roy Halu found a way to get it in the end zone. Didn't find a way to get tripped up at the 10. Like, sorry, Roy, you're my boy, but that normally happens. He normally gets caught every time. I know it was Idaho, but that was still nice to see.
Right. Taylor Martinez still continues to just
amaze us with his running ability.
When he takes off running is really something else. Really, the only thing I've ever seen like it when he takes off running, it's a different type. Like Denard Robinson, when he takes off running, he looks like a little scat back there. Taylor Martinez actually looks like a quarterback with speed. He doesn't look like a running back who's playing quarterback. The only 2 guys I've ever seen be able to do that is in the pro game is Michael Vick, y'all, and Cordell when he was young. Cordell Stewart when he was in Pittsburgh.
Can't get no love for Dante?
No. Damn. Dante rumbled, and he didn't have speed like this.
All right, I just tried to throw a Viking in there.
As far as the passing game goes, missed
a wide open Mike McNeil, and that play would have been a touchdown. I saw an angle of it. There was no one within 10 yards of him. That should have been a touchdown. That was the first. That was the first wide open throw for 6 he's had though.
And I think what was big about that is Mike McNeil needs something to get him going.
Yes,
he's used to getting the ball thrown his way, and he really could have used that.
You saw the frustration on Mike McNeil right there. Threw his, kind of did one of those and even kicked the ground a little. Which I hear him there. You know, the coaches switch your position. You're not the go-to guy at the position anymore. Don't get a lot of balls thrown to you. Then you're wide open like that. Could really catapult your year, get it going, and the quarterback throws it 5 yards short at your feet.
Yeah. Boy, it was really nice there in the second quarter there when Ricky Tenars.
Oh, absolutely.
How's that pick? We always, we pull for that kid. And then Dejon Gomes. Constantly, always making plays.
Dejon is, I think, one of the more special playmakers, not just in the Big 12, but in the country. And I hope when we start playing bigger opponents, I hope the rest of the country gets to see that as well. Hopefully some draft scouts. I get the love on Prince and Denard, but Dejon needs to start being talked about. I know he's small.
People aren't throwing to Prince.
People are not throwing to Prince.
Oh, that's nice.
And when they do, he's running the receiver's routes for the receiver.
It's
Prince's
really
coverage ability is impressive.
Yeah.
We need to hit him back with a part 2.
Okay. For this or for this?
For that.
All right. Well, that'll be part 1 of our Idaho game comments. So we'll come back with another video. Thanks.